Hello guys, this is Terry from Geeky Gaming TV coming back to you with another Yokai Watch Shadowside review for episode 10. Before we dive in, I want to thank Dimond for the music playing in the background. The link to his channel is down below. Let's dive right in. Episode 10 was a little less climatic than what I was expecting. I was actually anticipating a full confirmation that the Kirisaki no Joker, which is the featured yokai of this episode, was working with Haruya. That's what I had initially thought. That is the belief I was going off of after seeing some people's reviews and thoughts of the next trailer going into this week. And basically, Kirisaki no Joker basically loosely translates to like Dreadful Joker, the Ripper, something to that extent. Yet again, many of our fan base will be happy to know that the Kirisaki no Joker was targeting an adults, kind of people with good hair. That was not the Mashiro cut, you know, like the kind of bold cut for like the hairstyle. You'll see it a lot throughout this review. I've taken tons of pictures while watching the episode, like always. We get a lot of good interaction between Akinori, Toma, Natsume, and Keisuke, really building that dynamic more. The only reason we would still be getting character development like this, where it's like essentially building the group dynamic up a little more, would be because they're planning on something big for the series. Normally we don't focus as long on group synergy character development when you're developing a series or a story. You usually try to get that all out of the way in the beginning, within the first chunk of episodes or chunk of chapters, unless you're introducing new characters within the dynamic. And I guess our new light side yokai friend, who is the Kirisaki no Joker's, or the Joker the Ripper light side, I guess he kind of counts. They were calling him Mashiro no Barba, which is like Mashiro cut barber. So we have that as well. I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, but that's the only way this episode can properly be reviewed to a certain degree, because this episode was a lot of back and forth. And why are we getting a commercial on SoundCloud? Why? Okay, we got a commercial while on SoundCloud, but that's besides the point. Let's ignore that and move on. This episode bounced back and forth a lot for me, which is why the review is like this. We knew what was happening really before we got too deep into the episode, because the episode focused probably primarily on group dynamic. Akinori said that he's the leader. Natsume said, when did that happen? Akinori then put on a wig and became the target for Joker the Ripper, or the Kirisaki no Joker. He sacrificed himself for his group, but the Kirisaki no Joker's blades were inspirited, so he got the Mashiro haircut. Everyone laughed at him, even G-Tan. We had a lot of G-Tan this episode. which makes this episode good. And there's certain people in our fandom or in our community that love the Keisuke character development that's going on. He's still being built pretty strong character development wise. That family character development between him and Natsume is really strong and really good. And since this is primarily targeted towards children to a certain degree, that development will continue. And our battle with the Kirisaki no Joker, after doing some ace detective work, after everyone laughing at Akinori and after G10 having an afro, was we went to a barbershop. They were walking down the street and they saw the Mashiro hairstyle there. And they stopped for a moment, and then one of the people working at that particular barbershop came out, said something about that person who specialized in that cut passing away to some extent. They were really vague with that dialogue. But then Shadowside Joker the Ripper appeared by using inspirited energy to create his own shadow realm. And he fought everyone's favorite yokai, Zudomaru, the ramen shop guy. Yeah, Captain Hentai is what I'd like to call him. And I want to say that Zudomaru has really good defense, but I can't say that without laughing. Just the way he blocked the scissor sword attack, the fact that some things he had done in this episode were very questionable because of the design. Gotta give that a little bit to the animation and dev team that designed him. Level 5 knows this guy is a gag, and they know that the design is questionable. So it ended up Toma finishing off the Kirisaki no Joker by transforming into one of the Enma lords, Fudo Myo, or Myo, who, if you play Wibwob, is a triple S rank, or a rank SSS, and he easily just slashed through the scissors. Well, the scissor sword thing. It really even felt like Fudo just did not use any effort at all. I mean, Fudo has only been used against, like, stronger tiered yokai to a certain degree. And with Fudo being an Enma tribe, like anything is basically easy for Fudo if you really think about it. Because a lot of these yokai we've been introduced to have been like lower to mid tier to a certain degree, with the exception of people like Borley Bancho, the mannequin guy, who is most likely A rank or S rank or something like that, and Potchen and a couple other yokai I would say essentially are upper tier to a certain degree. But that's really just besides the point. The episode ended on a very good high note to a certain degree, because after the Kirisaki no Joker was fixed, he transformed into his light side form, which was the Mashiro no Barber. or the barber that specialized in that particular hairstyle. A woman walks in, and Natsume, who's hiding with the rest of our crew, point out that it's Maya-san, who is like a TV personality, a model, or a fashion model. And Maya-san asks for a Mashiro no cut, and as we enter into like the closing point of the episode, turns out we get a little flashback, and our barber buddy and Maya-san used to be classmates, and they both used to have the Mashiro haircuts. He was picked on it for having it. She defended him. They had a really nice character development moment, and then as she left, he became an orc. Like within a moment of her leaving the store. At the closing point of the episode, at least for our yokai detective agency team, we see Maya-san, I want to say on TV. They were watching her on the computer, but I would imagine that that would also be shown on like a TV series as well, like one of the variety shows, or as a little commercial in between them, of her promoting the Mashiro cut hairstyle and that it becoming popular. And then we transition to Haru, or Harua. Harua has finished preparations, it seems. Him and Fukuro are going to be targeting the Hime, who I am all but certain now is Toma, or that Toma's Ogre Watch is the key to getting the Hime, or getting to who the Hime is. I mean, Toma has multiple transformations, and I speculate that we've not really seen them all. We've seen everything they've wanted us to see. Even in the opening, we've seen everything the opening has wanted to show us. But I speculate, guys, that what if there's a female Emma in the Ogre Watch? What if that is a situation? If you just think for a moment, it's very likely that, other than, I can't remember what the yokai's name is, give me a moment, Omatsu? Other than Omatsu, there might be another female yokai within Toma's watch? Because Omatsu is a well-designed yokai. I mean, that's one possibility, that Omatsu might be Hime, but in all actuality, he's throwing darts at a picture of Toma. Toma might be the gateway to the Hime. Maybe he needs to get the Ogre Watch, the Fudo Inma sword, to open the gateway to the yokai world to track down whoever this Hime person is, or Toma could be the Hime without even really noticing it or knowing it. And that there could be more Genma yokai within the watch. I know I just said more yokai within the watch, because most of these Genma yokai seem to be vaguely based on characters from Japanese history / mythology to a certain degree. So there's a possibility, guys, that Toma's watch could be upgraded to unleash an army of Genma style yokai at the same time. I mean, if we technically think about it, if Toma's watch is the key to the yokai world because of it being the Ogre Watch, once Harua gets that, he'll be able to track down his Hime, or maybe Hisime is the watch. Who really knows? Speculation is speculation, really. I want to thank you guys for your support. I truly appreciate all of the comments, the likes, the subscribes. You guys are amazing. And with that, I'm going to end the review here. I may be doing something with the Yokai Advisor later on, but I'm not exactly sure when that would be going up. Bye for now, guys. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and or evening. Bye-bye.